The aforementioned Kirk D. Cousins, the Vikings quarterback, last night threw for 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. By the way, that interception should not count, Kirk, because that's not your fault. We want to come up with a new stat, okay?
Yeah.
And Paulie, you want to give Kirk the stat?
Yeah, a new stat to protect quarterbacks. It's called RCI, receiver complete, caused the interception, RCI.
What do you think? RCI? And because that's not your fault for that interception.
Yeah, you just hope that people have a trained eye and understand that as they evaluate, and usually the people inside the league do, but outside the league, not so much, but that's okay.
Will you endorse RCI if we come up with a new stat for quarterbacks, receiver-caused interception?
I will throw my full weight of backing behind it, yeah.
What time did you get home last night?
I got to my house at 3 a.m., and I probably fell asleep about 3:15, 3:30.
Have you seen
Central
the kids?
Time, Central Time.
Have you seen the kids this morning?
No, they headed off to run some errands with mom, and I slept in until about an hour ago, and then got up and wanted to join you.
Well, what happens? When do you get interrogated by the family after a game?
That's a good question. A lot of text messages last night late. I try to respond to as many as I can, and then my wife, when I get home, she wakes up and she wants to talk about the game, and then I'll probably get a few today, but yeah, the interrogation usually happens right away.
How do you explain this, that you don't win on Monday night? You haven't won on Monday night.
It is statistically just a kind of a unique thing, because you look back and I played well in a lot of those games, but for whatever reason, we just didn't get the win in 9 of them, 9 straight. So great to get the win last night. But, the nature of Monday Night Football and a lot of primetime games is you're playing really good football teams. A few of those years we were playing teams that either ended up in the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl. So, going into those games, it's not like we were favored to win or win in a blowout. And so it was just good to get that one last night for sure.
What is the development with Dalvin Cook, that he's sort of taken that next step into greatness? Not a good running back, a great running back.
Well, I think, first of all, he's got a lot of ability. I mean, back in 2017 as a rookie, before he tore his knee, he was having an outstanding year and got off to a great start. In 2018, my first year with the Vikings, I think he missed like 10 games. And for the 6 that he was healthy, he was really special. And then, last year, because he stayed healthy all year, was finally recognized as an all-pro player. This year, just the same way. I think, Rick Dennison, our O-line coach, Gary Kubiak, our offensive coordinator, I think they're doing a really good job, with how they design the run game week in and week out to give him a great opportunity.
If you could invest in, they were stocks, Dalvin Cook or Justin Jefferson, which stock would you invest in?
Which one's a little cheaper? I think Dalvin's going to be an expensive stock right now.
Yes, he is. Justin might be a penny stock that you could invest in right now. Dalvin's, he's like Apple or Google.
No, Justin's the real deal as well. It's so great when you draft a first-round pick when you hit on it. You never know. You go through the league now 9 years. That after the draft, you're kind of still suspicious of your first, second, third-round pick. You say, let's just get to OTAs. Let's actually see them. Let's see them in real ball and preseason games, and then we'll decide, if they're worthy of that status. And Justin, certainly has shown he was worthy of that first round pick, and it makes a big difference for our offense.
But why is it tougher for receivers, it feels like, to be able to, for them to establish themselves, or they can wash out? I mean, it's usually one or the other, but what is it about that position in the NFL?
Yeah, it's tricky to put your finger on, because you evaluate the college tape and you feel like you got the guy, and then you still don't quite know. I think in the NFL, there's so much more man coverage. The defensive backs really, are really clued in to covering you like a glove. And, in college, you may play a lot of zone, and, until you get the NFL, it's hard to know if you can really defeat man coverage time and again. But, Justin's just a natural receiver. Tracking the football, catching the football comes naturally to him, and he's been really, really good after the catch. So I've been thrilled with what he's been able to do for us just as a rookie.
Is a rookie allowed to tell you they're open in the huddle?
Well, shame on me if I'm not asking. For me, I always want to get feedback. So, I'm asking the O-line, what snap count do you want here based on how you feel the D-line is playing? Receivers, tight ends, what routes do you think can get you open? What technique are you being played with? Do you think you have this route? Do you think you have that route? Are you ready for a double move? And obviously the Adam Thielens and Justin Jeffersons of the world are always open, and they're going to always tell you what you want to hear. But so you have to have a discerning ear. But yeah, I'm always asking, hopefully, and if not, they better be telling me what they want and what they think they can do to help us.
Explain the snap count, because it feels like every snap count is the same count where the quarterback just like claps his hands or something. We're seeing this in college and the pros. Is there? It used to be. Now Aaron Rodgers is pretty good at drawing you off.
Sure.
But I don't know how many other quarterbacks. Are you going at a different count?
Yeah, it's a great question. We probably carry a half dozen snap counts a game. So whether that's going, really quickly, whether that's drawing it out or anything in between, and using code words, dummy counts, ways to try to one moment what I say is live, the next play what I say is dead. Just trying to keep a defense from being able to tee off and pin their ears back. But yeah, the clap of the hand has been a really good technique that's really started in college and has made its way to the NFL. And, it's a great way to, because you can bring your hands together and not clap them. And to the defense, it looks like you are. And so they have to show what they're going to do. So it's a very effective way to snap the ball if you're in the shotgun.
Lamar Jackson said recently that he was playing in a game where he went to the line of scrimmage and the defense was basically calling out what the play was going to be. How often does that happen? Where
it happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly. Yeah, it happens. I mean, the question is, can they still stop it? There are times where the linebacker will say they're running right here and it's 3rd and 2 and you still get the first down. So, the ball still has to be snapped and you still got to go make the tackle. But, yeah, I mean, teams watch film. They study all week long. I mean, that's their full-time job. So they're going to guess right or have an idea, and you just have to hope that it's not every play.
do you have a tell? Have you been told you have a tell with certain, like pitchers, that they'll have a tell and hitters will pick up something? But have you ever been told that, hey, you're giving this away or you do this on running play or passing play?
Yeah, it's another great question, and one that I'm kind of always asking, like during training camp when we're practicing against our defense. Coach Zimmer, our head coach, is a defensive, has a defensive background. So I'm always asking them, hey, do I have a tell? Is there anything in my snap count that's given away that the ball is not going to be snapped or is going to be snapped? Do anything with, my body language suggest run, pass? So yeah, you're always asking, but I haven't gotten a lot of feedback of anything convincing that tells that. Certainly your opponent's not going to tell you if they find one. What
is it like to go to the line of scrimmage now and you can actually hear the opposing team breathing?
Yeah. It's odd. It's the world we're living in 2020. But I'm calling the play last night and I'm at times whispering in the huddle because I don't want the defense to hear. I mean, they're standing there 5 yards away just staring at me. And I'm always, maybe to a fault, but I'm, worried they're going to read my lips. I'm worried they're going to study who I'm talking to and say, oh, he's talking to the receiver, so they're throwing the ball, or he's talking to the O-line, so they're running the ball. So, I'm always trying to kind of play that game within the game, play in and play out.
Anybody talk to you last night? Khalil Mack say anything?
Yeah, the Bears, they talk throughout the game. They play with a lot of energy. They're a good defense.
Hicks likes to talk a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah. No, he was having fun. And
well, wait, how do you know he's having fun?
He's just got a big smile on his face. During TV timeouts, he's talking to our team, to Dalvin, and actually one of our reserve linemen, Brett Jones, played with him in college in Canada. So he was saying, make sure you say hi to Brett Jones for me. So he's just talking the whole game, all in good fun.
Oh, so there's no smack talk.
Well, it goes both ways. I mean, it's it can get heated too. But at the end of the day, when the game's over, you shake hands and say, hey, you're great players and you're a great defense for a reason. And we got to see them again in December. So, you don't want to say anything too strong.
You're a religious person. You ever said to somebody, hey, watch your language on a field?
That's a great question. No, I don't think I've tried to parent anybody on the field. But sometimes, if I feel a guy's, not getting back to the huddle, that's really what I get paranoid about is, I got a play clock to operate with. I only got 40 seconds to call the play. So if you're going to go, chatter with a player and not get in the huddle, I can't call the play. That gives me less time at the line of scrimmage. So I scolded Dalvin one time last night for not getting in the huddle fast enough.
Oh, but I could see that where somebody's going to say, I'm going to rip your bleeping head off. And then you say, hey, clean up the language.
That's not nice.
Yeah, that's not nice. Yeah. I'm sure that's going to go. Boy, that's great trash talking. What did he say to you? He said that's not nice.
Yeah, you don't want to let them, see them get in your head at all. So you just say, nothing or just kind of smile and wave.
I know you got. Did you have your breakfast cereal today? You got your cereal that you're.
Yeah, I didn't have it this morning, but it's been fun to partner with Hy-Vee and have this cinnamon, Minn, for Minnesota, cinnamon snaps.
Nice.
That we're selling in Hy-Vees right now for a limited time during the season, and all the sales, the proceeds will go to the Boys and Girls Club here in the Twin Cities. So it's a great partnership.
Great to talk to you, Kirk. Congratulations, and we appreciate your time. Hope the family's well. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good to catch up. Blessings to you guys.
That's Kirk D. Cousins winning for the first time in 10 career Monday night starts as the Vikings prevail over the Bears.